Thanks for signing up for the Integrated Core. And I wanted to explain a little bit about what we do and how we do it in the core. The core basically is a 12 credit sequence, 2 6-credit courses that you must take back to back. And what we basically do is, in the context of usually a fast-moving consumer goods company, we actually ask you to develop a new product that fits within the competitive environment and the strategy of the company, do an analysis of both that industry and the company, and then give us a full business plan to execute that product in domestically in the United States. And then in the second half of this, what we'll ask you to do is the same thing, is to do a full business plan to then launch the product in a developing economy. This term we're using Unilever as the company. In the past we've used Colgate-Palmolive, Procter & Gamble, Diageo, and we're open to almost any fast-moving consumer goods product and company. So our process really is basically we teach theory and skills, oftentimes through readings, lectures, and conversations and dialogue. We will ask you to immediately apply those theories and skills, and then you will put them in a paper, in which all our papers are both oral presentations and written products. The written presentations, or the written products that you do, are all in professional standards. So we're more about making it look like a business and acting like we're business people than students in an MBA program. And of course, you always receive feedback and revision of these products. Your written you're never done. It's always getting better and better, and which is very different in this class. We also will bring in professionals that will give you feedback from the business side of their work. All of this came out, one of the pieces that came out of when we redesigned the MBA, we basically did it based on a lot of the work done at a Harvard study called Reconsidering the MBA. And in there, they basically had some very severe criticisms of the MBA, including the fact that students didn't know how to solve problems when they left and completed an MBA. They didn't have integrated thinking. They couldn't take their disciplines and put them together. They didn't know how to work in teams. They had bad interpersonal skills. Their presentation skills and ability to think on their feet was lacking. And overall, their innovation and creativity about their thinking skills was quite weak. So we basically use the process that they recommended. That is that we first work on knowing or content, thinking clearly, communicating clearly, and doing integrative skills. Doing, which is thinking creatively and innovatively, recognizing organizational realities, and implementing budgets and fixing other challenges. And then being, about developing leadership skills and gaining a global perspective, which is part of particularly the second half to 641. We do this by using a team approach to faculty, so you'll have more than one faculty involved in the class. We provide a team. We also bring in, as I mentioned earlier, executives from companies that look like the company we're studying or from the actual company. And then we have resources such as a library where they bought Passport, which gives us a lot of data about these companies that would be used to be unavailable to students. And what we found is that students really have done quite well with this integrated core, and the products that they produce are really quite impressive. So one of the major learnings of this process is, number one, that you're always working a team. And not only are you working in a team, but you're working in a team over both semesters or both terms, which basically gives you a chance to not only work with others, but to watch the whole process of how teams develop and develop work. It really much simulates what you'd have in the work environment, which basically has become quite team-based. So one of the major learnings that come out of being in the integrative core is the integrative thinking. That basically what we're doing is we're integrating all the major disciplines of business into your thinking and into how you solve problems. So basically we are going to be working with accounting, finance, management, marketing, operations, and supply chain, and bringing them all together in how we think about business problems to help you develop that integrative thinking that they're saying that MBA graduates 10 years ago were really lacking. The other piece is that in order to get you ready for the team-based business environment, you will do all your work in a team, and those teams will continue through the same team with the same product for both terms. That'll give us a chance to simulate all of the things that teams go through in their development and in their producing products. And I think this is a learning that really you will find useful in the business environment.